When you walk through the garden, you gotta watch your back. Well, I beg your pardon.
The Wire. Perhaps the most critically acclaimed quality drama to ever be on air. It's been off for nearly 8 years already, and still it generates buzz to this day. Some are quick to call it the best show in television history, and those claims are certainly not unfounded. But what makes The Wire so unique? What makes it stand out from the countless other great shows that have graced the silver screen? Like most answers to such complicated questions, the answer isn't very simple or obvious. No one thing makes The Wire stand out from the other quality dramas on television. What truly makes The Wire unique is an amalgamation of many different things which come together to form a show which hits its marks and leaves lasting impressions on the audience. A show which allows realistic setting, characters, and action to take the forefront, creating a story which is grounded and captivating. The Wire is the ultimate televisual drama, a show which plays out more like a novel than anything else, with drawn-out sequences and long character arcs. The show's adherence to reality and the factual, in every aspect, is what makes The Wire a prodigious quality drama. Make no mistakes, The Wire is about the city of Baltimore, just as much as it is about the characters which inhabit it. As the creator and showrunner David Simon once said himself, a city is a complicated thing, and it's about the city of Baltimore that we made The Wire. For those who live in or were raised in Baltimore, like myself, the biggest complaint about The Wire is that it does not reflect the fact that our city is in effect a tale of two cities. The casual viewer of the show would not know the Roland Park area of Baltimore, the Federal Hill District, or the Baltimore that is home to museums, fine universities, and world-class medical research institutions. But what the viewer would see, and what The Wire aims to expose, is the reality of the other Baltimore. As once stated in a now infamous report on the state of the city, in Baltimore there is rot beneath the glitter. This rot, as it is put, is the side of the city that is scarred by vacant houses, hampered by a poor-performing public school system, and plagued by a concentration of poverty that leads to high levels of illegal drug use and violent crime. But more importantly, it is a part of Baltimore that is home to hundreds of thousands of people who are often left ignored, doomed to suffer in a repeating cycle of crushing poverty. In his creative intellect, David Simon chooses to focus on a new aspect of Baltimore in each of the 5 seasons of The Wire. The first focuses on the drug trade that tears apart the inner city. The second focuses on corruption and illegal trading in the docks. The third on slimy Baltimorean politics. The fourth on the failing school system. And the 5th and final season takes place in the newsroom. By presenting different aspects of the Baltimore experience over the span of several seasons, Simon fully captures the complexity and the sensitive nature of the city. He films on location and shoots the city as it really is. One scene that stands out in particular as showing the other side of Baltimore properly is in Season 1, Episode 6. In this episode, the opening shot gives the viewer a tour of sorts of the decrepit row home that the character Wallace lives in. This virtually unedited shot doesn't use any fancy camera tricks to exploit the scene and trick the viewer, rather the reality of the situation is left untouched.
Ride and shine. Come on, man, get up. Oh, boy. Come on, get up. School day, y'all gonna be late. Let's go, get up to school.
Get up?
Go, get up. Come on, man.
Damn, Mom.
Damn well it's nothing. That happens like y'all don't go to school. Soon enough, they're gonna be calling around. All y'all gonna end up in foster care. Y'all want foster care? Let's climb your little black ass back in the beds then. Well, get out my way, man. Damn, too early for this shit.
Scenes like this fill the series and truly tell the tale of Baltimore, a city of two, divided by class and race, and chock full of conflict. Aside from the authenticity of which David Simon presents the city of Baltimore, reality is exposed in many ways, the main way being through a simplistic and televisual style. Despite being heralded as one of the greatest shows on television, one of the major complaints that well-known film and television critics, such as Jeremy Butler and David Bordwell, have made is that The Wire lacks cinematic quality in its visual style. This claim is certainly not unsubstantiated. In an era that saw the resurgence of television, many shows utilize a unique cinematic style to stand out from other dramas, often to great success. Some notable examples are series like Twin Peaks and 6 Feet Under, which are almost defined by their cinematic qualities. More often these days, TV shows embrace the cinematic stylings of the big screen and use complex shots and editing to present its story. Some common visual tropes which cinematic TV shows use include slow motion, Dutch angles, intense music, non-diegetic music, flashbacks, etc. However, in every single season of The Wire, there's a grand total of 1 flashback, 2 slow motion shots, no non-diegetic music, and 0 fancy editing or cinematic transitions. Instead, The Wire uses extremely simple shots and compositions. Instead of feeling like an extremely drawn-out movie like many modern TV shows do, The Wire instead feels more like a documentary. Even the characters themselves are a reflection of this nature. For the most part, character arcs are long and drawn out, often resolving slowly, if at all. Each character feels real. They are complicated, intricate, and feel like a product of the environment that they are raised in. In reality, they are presented as pawns of the city that they live in. Overall, The Wire achieves something very unique and worthy of the great praise it receives. By presenting the city of Baltimore as it truly is, by using a simplistic visual style, and by having the characters be both compelling and extremely down-to-earth, The Wire depicts reality in a way unlike any other TV show. It is truly the ultimate televisual drama, and its exceptionality will most likely never be repeated.